Hello and welcome back to WMF Reacts. I'm Nathan. If you've not been here before, I react to various types of music. One day a week tends to be Diana Ankudinova, which name I'm never very good at pronouncing. Generally on a Tuesday, but I will be doing some other sort of non-native English speaking kind of music and go worldwide at some point. And on Thursdays or Fridays, depending on copyright issues, I tend to react to country. Although today I've been told this isn't so much country as it's bluegrass Americana, something like that. It's Billy Strings. So I have had a request from, look at the name, I guess it's Mike Billingsley, I guess is the way the username looks. But he has suggested this live performance. He said everyone seems to be doing exactly the same songs when they react, and lots of people want to see some other ones. So he said to do the whole encore from this. So it's probably, it's about 12, 15 minutes long, something like that. So I shall try my best and see how this goes. But I was a big fan of Billy Strings with the previous song I reacted to. What was it called? Away from the Mire. I've always got quite an interesting voice, and he sounds a little bit like Coldplay, a little bit like Pearl Jam. So there's a mixture of kind of vocal styles there, and he's fantastic on the guitar. I've looked into a little bit of his acoustic guitar, which is custom made. He has pickups on it, which I noticed, but he's also got a pickup on the inside, so he gets feedback on how it sounds and that sort of thing as well. And he's got a switch to switch between pickups and all sorts of interesting stuff. So it's quite an interesting setup he has here. But anyway, let's give this a go and see what this is all about.
Thank you, folks, very, 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 very much. Appreciate you guys. What a blast, man. Thank you so much.
I love the harmonica. See, there's the switch on the bottom of his guitar. You can see it switch between the pickups and so on. I love the use of double bass. And the fiddle, always nice. I love violins and fiddles anyway.
Chase Miss Pretty Line. Face the path of time. And yet I fight this battle all alone.
Mandolin.
No one to cry to. No place to call home.
I'll stop it there because there's quite a few things. This is really interesting. I love the mix of the music. Obviously, there's a lot of rock influences and a bit of the country influence with the kind of instruments and that sort of thing. And it's interesting hearing this more kind of rock sound with things like the mandolin and the the fiddle and things like that integrated into it as well. It's a nice kind of change of pace. It's quite interesting. He's got fantastic voice. I didn't expect those kind of higher notes in that way. I don't think I've heard him do that on the previous reaction. So that's really interesting, seeing that he can do those slightly higher notes as well. He does have quite a good range, and he's got a really nice tone to his voice, which I quite enjoy. As I said, it's really interesting hearing this style of music for a cover of a rock song, Alice in Chains' Nutshell. Because obviously there's more electric guitar and that sort of thing in it, and the voices tend to be a little bit more gruff. And it's really interesting hearing a different rendition of that, a different imagining of it, which is quite nice. I really do like to see how different people do different things. So let's get it back to the beginning of this and hear it again. Right. Back to here. This seems like a good place to put back. It's the harmonica. I love the harmonica. Ozzy was good at the harmonica on songs like The Wizard. Brilliant. So obviously the Alice in Chains song, if I can even talk, is acoustic driven, but then there's electric guitars in the background then as the song carries on. And the higher notes really are more pronounced rather than just back in. It's kind of brought to the forefront of the song, which is a slightly different change to it. I do like the mix of instruments they have. I like most string instruments, I must admit.
Chase Miss Pretty Line.
I like the echo.
Face the path of time. And yet I fight this battle all alone. No one to cry to, no place to call home.
It's much more in the foreground rather than background, isn't it? Echo again.
My gift of selfish rain. My privacy is rain.
I'm going to stop it there again. His voice is slightly different. The last time I reacted, said some of it, when he sang softer, sounded like Chris Martin. And then when he went a bit more power, more gruff, it reminded me of Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. But this time, it doesn't sound that much like kind of Alice in Chains. It makes me more think like Stone Temple Pilots. So vocalist, I can't remember. Who was the vocalist for Stone Temple? Who was the vocalist? I can't remember. Scott Weiland. Ah, that's right. So the original. That's more kind of, I'm getting Stone Temple Violet vibes to a certain amount of this as well, which is quite an interesting kind of spin. He's definitely, yeah, if he really wanted to, he could make a big name for himself in rock. So I know from what I've seen briefly, he has some covers of some Black Sabbath, and he grew up listening to like Black Sabbath with his dad and that sort of thing, from little snippets of interviews I've seen on like reels and that sort of thing. So yeah, he's definitely got the vocal talent to, if he wants, which he does, really, doesn't he? You know, let's be honest, he can play guitar incredibly well. He's got a great tone to his voice. He can manipulate his voice in different ways to have different tonality and different styles, and that's really interesting to hear.
And yet I find repeating in my head.
That's more country influence.
I can't be my own. I feel better there.
Yeah, the high bits definitely bringing it to the forefront, so it's more sort of there rather than in the background. Originally it was background. Electric guitar sound. Bit distortion. Definitely play. Back to acoustic. It's a really interesting technique. An interesting guitar that you can switch between the two styles. It's really cool. Totally different sound. What the hell? All from one guitar? And I'm stopping there because I've actually been told who these different people are. So let's go in line. So on the mandolin on the left is Jared Walker, Royal Massett on the double bass, obviously Billy Strings in the middle, Billy Phelan on banjo, and Alex Hargreaves on the fiddle by there. Interesting to find out the names because I didn't know much about them, so I'm gonna have to look a bit more into the band. Let's carry on.
See it coming everywhere I look, falling down like rain. Pay a man over a sentence in a book and collect a reward for his pain. It's such a failing situation, and I'm sick of looking at it anywhere I go. Let them talk us into hate and stick to war again like it's the only thing we know. What's the reason for this again? Right back where we've always been. These excuses are wearing thin. So what's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? Can't decide, but you've got to win. We're all the same, but you're not my friend. So what's the reason for this again?
I'll stop there. I love it when it he pulls it up a gear and gets all the instruments go in, like, you know, hold down type of thing. Which, yeah, okay, maybe that's not the right term, but it's what comes into my mind is like, you know, a good old hold down is sort of the vibe I'm getting from it. And it just kind of makes me smile because it's just like, hey, bounce along and just kind of enjoy it. Oh, it's great fun.
Same shit, different century. Here we go again. It's no parade scene takes on your street. When's the mission? When's it gonna end? How many stones do we have to line up before we understand? Caught up drawing lines on paper at the price of the blood and the sweat and the tan. What's the reason for this again? Right back where we've always been. These excuses are wearing thin. So what's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? Can't decide, but you've got to win. We're all the same, but you're not my friend. So what's the reason
finger picks he's got.
Step into the country with your brother tomorrow. Kiss your mother goodbye.
Effects pedals.
Wipe her tears with your ribbons and then they'll replace you in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
About the bullet and boots
Didn't
on
expect
the
that.
ground. These ain't sticks and stones.
I'll go back a minute. That was a weird effect. Right. This is so long. It's so hard to find the right place. I went too far.
These excuses are wearing thin. So what's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? Can't decide but you got to win. We're all the same but you're not my friend. So what's the reason for this again?
I like they all got their own little solos.
Step into the country with your brother tomorrow. Kiss your mother goodbye. She'll wipe her tears with your ribbons and then they'll replace you in the blink of an eye. About the bullet and boots on the ground. These ain't sticks and stones. Flicking matches at a powder keg while you're standing on a pile of wood. What's the reason for this again? Can't decide but you've got to win. We're all the same but you're not my friend. So what's the reason for this again?
He likes his effects pedals, doesn't he? Makes it very interesting. I like the little breaks in it. It's a nice touch. It's electric. I've noticed he has a lot of long guitar solos and so on. Which isn't bad, you know, I listen to rock mainly. There's always guitar solos. Especially live.
excuses are wearing thin. So what's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? Can't decide, but you got to win. We're all the same, but you're not my friend. So what's
Just stop by there a second. It's really interesting. We've had mainly guitar solo for quite a while, but I said there's nothing wrong with that. It's quite interesting, the different styles and the different technique he uses. Like this, a lot of it, he is actually playing each of the notes as his fingers going down the fretboard. What I've noticed previously, he'll also just tap the fretboard with his left hand, and sometimes, you know, odd time with right hand, tapping the strings against the fretboard to get those notes as well. It's obviously something they do a lot in rock, is tapping the fretboard with the left hand just up and down the neck, getting all these notes in quick succession that you probably couldn't strum those notes or pick those notes quick enough with how quickly you can move your left hand. So it's interesting seeing him doing both of those techniques in different videos. So that's quite good. And like in the backing vocals as well, you can hear the distinct different tones and the different pitch in them and that sort of thing, but it all goes in nice harmony and works really, really well. It's a nice sound, isn't it? I'm enjoying this. The only thing I would say is the chorus is very repetitive and it's just kind of mainly chorus. There isn't as much verse as there is chorus, but I guess that's because the end of the night is just kind of finishing off and then doing all the solos and everything else, but that's fine.
the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this?
That was an interesting encore. I enjoyed that. I have to look at more stuff this guy's done. I said that people that have commented, you know, to look for some newer stuff, because everyone seems to do exactly the same videos. So, yeah, keep them coming. This is interesting. I like this guy. He has some serious talent, doesn't he? This whole band are really good as well. You know, I love all the different instruments. I'm a huge fan of string instruments. I like wind instruments, like, you know, saxophone and things like that, but it's string instruments that really have always had my heart. I've played the guitar for a little bit. I always wanted to play the violin. I've been a big fan of like Vanessa Mae and classical music and so on. So it's nice seeing all of this, and the banjo and the mandolin. It's really nice seeing it all come together in this way and being so much fun when they're playing it as well. Oh, I enjoyed that. I'll probably end it there because it's just them saying thank you. So thank you very much for the recommendation. I really enjoyed that. It's a little bit longer than a lot of the ones I do, which is absolutely fine. I said there's quite a long solo, which was really interesting to see. As I said, the different techniques he does. His voice is really interesting. The different ranges he's got and those higher notes he did as well on this one were quite good. And yeah, so compared him now to 3 different singers, and there's more in there I know as well, that he sounds like other people and sounds like himself as well. You know, I don't want to take away from him for his own tone, but it's just some of the verses and that sort of thing, some of the phrasing sounds like other people. So yeah, it's weird. I was getting Stone Temple Pilot vibes this evening. So interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because it's been quite a long one. I don't want to bore you all to death. Please keep the recommendations coming. Keep liking, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, and obviously turn on the notifications as well. It does really help me out. I don't make any money on this. It's a reaction, so I'm not really going to get any adverts. When I get to that point, I'm almost at that point, because yeah, this channel's been kind of blowing up quite nicely. So thank you again. It has been fantastic. I'm enjoying my journey. Please help me on my journey. That's all I ask of you, is just come along, comment, tell me what music you love and you want me to react to, and I'll do my best to react to it, all of them, whenever I can. But there's a long list going, so I will get to it eventually. So until next time, see you again soon. Bye bye.